Namaste, yogis. Thanks for joining me for practice today. This 30-minute flow is going to be a grounding flow, a flow where we slow down, where we work on more simple postures, longer holds. Just a really nice, feel-good practice. Let's go ahead and begin on our backs. Place the feet flat, as wide as your mat. Let the knees knock together in the center. Soften down and just begin to breathe into your space. Invite yourself here into this moment just to settle, just to release. Feel the back body soften down. Invite some ease into that space between the shoulder blades. Let the palms turn up, encouraging more softness in the upper back and the shoulders. And just begin to scan the body and notice where you feel tension, where you feel tightness. Invite your breath to go a little more deeply into that space. Set intention for this practice to nurture yourself, to honor yourself, to give yourself the space just to slow down and connect in a meaningful way, a different way than a more rigorous vinyasa flow. One at a time, draw the knees to the chest. And just rock a little bit side to side. Massage the low back. Knees can be separated or can be together. And you'll find that as we explore the body, that you'll make adjustments to just cause this practice to be one that serves you. Take happy baby pose, catch the outer edges of the feet or behind the thighs. Use a bit of arm strength just to gently draw down. And you might find yourself rocking side to side or holding in stillness. Option to yogi toe lock the first two fingers of each hand. And just extend one leg at a time, wide to the side. And then to exchange and do the other. There'll be a lot of space tonight in this practice for you to personally explore the poses. And so guard that for yourself. The tendency to maybe push too much, to go too far. Let this one be just a little more gentle. Hug the knees in. Let your knees come down to the left, just a simple stacking of the knees, maybe a block between the thighs. And outstretch the right arm to the right, maybe looking over the right shoulder. Acknowledge the breath as being what will guide this practice tonight, or today, whenever you're practicing. And let each inhale be complete and unhurried, and each exhale be complete and unhurried. Come back to the center. Hug your knees in. Shift your hips slightly left if you need that. And let your knees come down to the right, simple stack. Outstretch your left arm to the left with the palm facing up. Feel into the energy that each breath provides. Just becoming a simple observer of self. Come back to the center. Hug the knees in. Take happy baby pose again if you desire that. Maybe lift the forehead up toward the knees. And then roll to the right or the left. And gently press up to Sukhasana, seated position. Inhale and reach the arms to the sky. Take a twist to the right, just using that left hand for leverage, not force. Come back to the center, reach high. Twist the opposite side to the left. And so take a few breaths here, just to move through that movement a few times on your own. Twisting right and twisting left. Gentle movements, purposeful movements. Take one more time on each side, just even it out. And then return to center. You might want your block on this one. We'll take Baddha Konasana. I like sitting on a block for this pose. So the feet will be together. And the knees draw out wide. Flutter the knees a few times. Shake out the head, yes, and then no. Soften into the space that your body gives you. Relax into the low back. Release any desire to pull, tug, or hold on. And then rise up to a tall spine. Gently bring the knees together. You can use the hands. If you're on a block, come off your block. We'll meet in tabletop position for cat and cow. Spread through the fingers. Sway the hips side to side. And then as you're ready, yogis, breathe, arch up, look up. Exhale, round, look within. Huge breath, look up, arch. Exhale, round. Take a few more at your own pace, whether that's a little faster or even a little slower. Pause in neutral tabletop. Invite the ribs to draw in, gaze between the thumbs. Extend your right leg back and hold. And if you need a little more, extend the left arm forward. Cultivate length and space. And begin to feel into some strength as you lift higher for 3, 2, return to tabletop, and take cat-cow, arching and rounding the spine. An Ujjayi breath, unrushed, strong. Pause in neutral, ribs in, gaze to the thumbs. Invite the left leg to go back. The toes, dial down. Feel the core engaged. And reach the right arm forward. But if you feel a little wobbly or unstable or just desire a little less sensation, you put the right hand down. Come a little higher, explore that space, press the floor away, 3 and 2. Return to tabletop, feet together, knees wide, child's pose, balasana. Return to tabletop, hands under the shoulders. Tuck your toes. Lift your knees a couple inches off the floor. Keep the arms straight, steady. Pull the navel into the spine. Take a breath. Press back to downward facing dog. Walk the hands forward. Walk the feet wide. Allow yourself to sway and shift and move. Shake out the head, yes, and then no. So there's a quiet power when we slow down, a discernment, a connection. And so trust that process. If you feel uncomfortable with slowing down, sit with that, be with that. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Knees soft. Find your ragdoll pose. Sway side, side. Bending, stretching, moving yogis in a way that just feels really nice. Release your hands, soften your knees more. One vertebrae at a time, roll up. You might want to place your hands to the tops of the thighs. Give a little support. Roll your shoulders back and down as you bring the feet together. And then bring the hands to the low back, or even interlace the fingers behind your back or take a towel or strap. And start to lift the chest. Invite a small back bend. And then ease your way into a forward fold, softening the knees. The elbows either squeezing back for those of you with hands at your hips, or the upper arm bones starting to draw over the head. Release your hands. Lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Again, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Let's meet in plank pose. Walk your hands forward. I'll suggest that you bring your feet a little wider for support. Feel into your own body. Draw the right knee to the chest. Place the right knee down, kickstanding the shin behind you. Reach up to modified side plank. You can block the right hand or not. Exhale, come to thread the needle. So the knees come together. Reach the left arm under and settle toward the earth. Back to modified side plank, right hand back. Set up your form again, and this time, elevate the left leg. Huge breath in, yogis. Plank pose. Take your time. Draw the left knee in. Shift forward a little. Feel a bit more weight in the heel of the hand. Place your left knee down. Take that side plank variation. Because I'm practicing in the evening, I'm using the blocks a lot tonight, just to kind of soften it for me. But I find the blocks just an indispensable prop. Thread the needle, bring the knees together, right arm comes through. Bring your forehead or right ear to the floor. Slide your left hand back, right arm high, return to side plank, Vashisthasana variation. Elevate the right leg. Tone through the core, the abdominal muscles. Take a breath. Plank pose. Place your knees down, lower all the way to the floor. Untuck your toes, Bhujangasana Cobra. In breath, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Again, a deep breath, lift up, not too high, yogis. Exhale, lower. Third time and last time. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Return to child's pose. And maybe in this child's pose, you invite the hands to reach back to your heels. Just softening a little bit more through the shoulder girdle. It's creating a little more grounded connection with this space beneath you. Foundation matters. So as we get into the standing postures tonight, yogis, it'll be a big focus on foundation. A big focus on foundation. So anything that we maybe need to take out that's altering our foundation, I advise you to do that. Just to really work on that grounding element. Let's meet in downward facing dog. Tuck your toes. Lift the hips. And for those of you that need to move a little bit more, feel free to come into plank pose and chaturanga, cobra or up dog. We will not be heavy on the vinyasas tonight. Downward facing dog. Just take 3 breaths here. All the way in. And all the way out. 2 more. All the way in. All the way out. Inhale here, gather your energy, look to your hands, and walk to the top of the mat. Forward fold, lift halfway. And exhale, fold. Reach to the sky, rise up, stretch up as tall as you can, lift up to the sky. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, swan dive down. Lift halfway. Runner's lunge, left foot will step back. Pause. Any straightening or bending that you need here is fine. We'll set up for warrior 1. Spin the left foot flat. Rise up and start with your hands at your waist. The right hip moves back. The left hip forward as you strengthen and lengthen the left leg. As you're ready, yogis, reach the arms to the sky as an option. Press the palms together as an option. Even begin to look up, but feel into your feet. Let this be a grounded posture. Take a breath. We'll meet in downward facing dog. Pass through that runner's lunge or flow vinyasa if you want it. Cobra or up dog. Downward facing dog. Come into plank pose. Lower your knees. Reach your right leg back. Either stay here or bend your knee and roll it open. I do like to come down onto my left arm when I do this supported version. So maybe check that out. You might like that too. Re-extend, straighten both arms. Draw knee to nose, squeeze in. Meet in 3-point down dog, right leg to the sky. Now make that movement broader if you choose. Open the hip. Dial the right side down, shoulders as level as you can. Runner's lunge, yogi, soft, slow step, lift the chest. Step to the top, Uttanasana, forward fold. Halfway lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Reach to the sky, press into your feet, come up tall. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, forward fold. Lift halfway. Right foot steps back to runner's lunge. Pause. Straighten and bend a few times. Lubricate the hip joint. Just feel into this spacious practice tonight. Notice a mind at ease. Set up for warrior one. Back foot spins flat. Rise up, bringing hands to your waist. So to encourage more alignment in the hips, offset your feet a little wider. Think train tracks versus tightrope. So it might be necessary to widen your left leg out to the left a bit. Send the arms to the sky. Breathe and reach as a choice. Palms press or not. Look up or not. Feel into the feet more. Sink a little bit more. Take a breath. All right, yogis, meet in downward facing dog. Flow through. If you want that vinyasa, might mean holding plank pose or even a child's pose. But we meet in downward facing dog. Collectively, plank pose. Place your knees down, tabletop, so create a little space. Reach your left leg back. For now, toes dialed down. Raise the left leg higher, bend your knee, roll the hip open. You might adjust to bringing that right forearm down. Straighten the arms, re-extend the left leg. Knee to nose, draw in. Tuck your right toes, 3-point down dog, left leg high, expand and open. Let the left shoulder dial down a bit. Knee to nose, step between the hands, take your time. Hips dip down. Step to the top of the mat. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Lift halfway. And fold. Rise and reach to the sky. Come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's take tree pose. So draw the right knee to the chest. You can hold on to the ankle to help you. The foot can be to the calf. You could toe stand it down. As long as we're encouraging that external rotation of the hip. The arms are negotiable. Where's your balance? Work in that space for 3, 2, Tadasana, mountain pose. And we'll trade sides. Just drawing in, keeping it simple. Simple never means easy though. Well, sometimes it could be easy. In a yoga practice, simple usually can mean a little harder. Keep breathing, lifting, finding elevation in this pose. Take a breath. We'll meet in Tadasana, mountain pose. So gently unwind, shoulders back and down. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink low, reach to the sky. As we invite this chair twist, bring your hands to your heart. We'll twist to the right. My suggestion, yogis, will be to step your left knee back and make it a bit more supported. Just moving with the theme of a practice that's purposeful, maybe a little more gentle than my normal classes. But if you put that back knee down, we have to come back to chair. So make your way back to chair. Take a forward fold in between sides. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Reach to the sky, lengthen up, stretch up, lift up. Exhale, forward fold. Yogis will meet in chair, Utkatasana. Hands to heart, take your left side twist, and again, feel free to step that right knee back so that you have a bit more support today. Soften the eyes. Sometimes we're working really hard in the twist and it shows up in the face. Soften, check in with the jaw. All right, unwind your twist. Make your way back to chair pose. 3. Anchor to your heels. This is the only one. 2. And take a forward fold. Lift halfway. Step your left foot back for pyramid pose. Excellent place for your blocks, yogis. I like them on the highest setting actually for this. Press into the right big toe mound more. And I'm a little more upright in this right now. You can absolutely fold, bringing your forehead to shin. It's set up to revolve this. Lift halfway. Bring your right hand to your hip, hold here. Work that shoulder rotation. And then if you're so inclined, amplify the pose by reaching up. Back heel can lift ever so slightly. Take a breath. Return to pyramid. And since we're getting close to time here, just walk it around to the other side. So the left foot now leads us in this pyramid. Parshva Konasana. So lift halfway and guide your left hip back, and then explore the option to fold. Let the energy engage through inner thigh, and that begins with the base of the left big toe. Lift up halfway, we'll set to revolve. Right hand to blocker mat. Start with your left hand at your hip. Rotate open, yogis. The aim first in the progression is to stack the shoulders. And when you feel that sufficiently stacked, then you amplify by reaching up. Take one more breath, stretch a little higher. Return to pyramid. Step the feet together. And just make way to lie down on your back. Coming full circle, finishing as we began. Hug the knees into the chest. If you have a block handy, let's do a supported bridge. If you do not have a block handy, you can take regular bridge. Feet flat to hip distance. Gently lift your hips, tuck the block under. I'm going to suggest medium setting. Lift the chest a bit so you can walk the shoulders under. The palms open, facing upward. The body just settles. Close the eyes. If you're in active pose, take 2 more breaths. And those of you in active bridge, Setu Bandhasan, just begin to come down one vertebrae at a time. We'll all meet in waterfall, Viparita Kirani. You might want to flip your hands over for this, for support. And whether you're on the block or not, just stretch the legs to the sky. Beautiful efforts today. Yogis, I'm practicing at sunset time. There's just something for me that's invigorating just to get out and breathe. And so that energy, that natural energy combined with the yoga is very powerful for me. So you'll often find me when I can practicing outside. And if you get that opportunity, I would do the same. Gently bend your knees, place the feet flat. Those of you on the block, press the hips up very slightly. Just come off your block. Feet as wide as your mat, windshield wiper side, right, left. Bring your feet together, knees wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. Let the hands rest on the low belly. Again, come back to that body scan. Head to toe. And just notice the sensations in the body. Where you feel ease, where you might feel a little gripping. Don't judge it, it's just the practice. Feel free to stay here or extend the legs to straight for Shavasana. A grounded, slower practice allows us to connect with an energy that settles us. And I know that if you like to move a lot, it's very difficult to slow down. But we feel things differently. And when we begin to feel differently, we can slide into a different space, a different place, a different response. And so I thank you today for showing up and slowing down. Place one hand over the heart, one hand on the soft part of the belly. Breathe into that space. Feel it rise beneath your hands. And offer up your own silent prayer of gratitude and thanks for this practice, your strength, your willingness to slow down today. I appreciate each and every one of you yogis for showing up to practice with me tonight. Stay here longer if you can. Namaste.